Hello crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. Welcome to my live unboxing of my pre-order. This is the new annual catalog by Stampin' Up, and it's going to be coming out on June 3rd. So I've ordered things because I'm a demonstrator, I'm allowed to pre-order. I've ordered some things, and so I'd like to start out this video by showing you some cards I made with the unboxing from part 1. Okay, so just to review, in part 1 I went over all the ink colors, and there was a Forever Greenery suite, and I went ahead and I unboxed it, and I got excited because I got to see it for the first time with my viewers. And then I went and made a lot of things with it. So that's what I've been up to, and I haven't even completed unboxing. Hi Gail, how you doing? I haven't completed my rest of my unboxing yet. Like, it's all sitting in the packages. I'm unboxing it with you, except you saw me open. I did have 2 of these. And you saw me open one of these last time and I didn't even know what they were. I was like, what are these things and where did they go with? Well, they go with this. Now I know I have 2. They go with the suite I'm about to unbox in good taste. All right, so we'll get to that. Hi, Sheila. So I'm going to start out by something I'm not unboxing. I unboxed last time in part 1. And I'll be linking to part 1. You can go back to part 1 and watch part 1. So there's a suite called Forever Greenery. And in that suite, I showed you the different things, and I was all excited about the designer series paper. So here's the designer series paper. This is just one of the sheets. I'm not going to go through that pack again. Okay, and there was a stamp set in there, and there's a little sneak of what the stamp set looked like. I showed this in one of my tutorials recently. Okay, so this little stamp came from there. And so I did, this is called distinctive stamping. So I went ahead and did some distinctive stamping, cut out some, this is the pattern paper. So I cut out pattern paper, did some distinctive stamping. And then I used something that you can get now. For only $18, you can get this kit now. Now, the only thing that came from this kit, just so you're not confused, is a little bird, little birdie, and this little vellum, these little vellum pieces. And the kit is called Seriously the Best Project Kit. And it's on sale right now for only $18. So you can get this now, but you can't get it after June 3rd. So in other words, I just use my supplies. I'm the type of crafter that uses my supplies, whatever I have. And I'm using things that you can only get until June 2nd, I should say, June 2nd. Hi, Yvonne. Thanks for coming. So I'm using things you can only get until June 2nd. And then I'm using things that you can only get from June 3rd and after to make these. Okay, so in other words, you want to make these, you get some stuff now, and you'll have to get some stuff June 3rd, and you'll be able to make these. So I made loads of these with the birds. So these are using the ink color. This is Cinnamon Cider ink color cards that I showed you last time. And then this is using the little birds from that Seriously the Best Project Kit. And I'm going to put on my glasses so I can see these comments coming in. Hi, Carrie. I'm putting on my reading glasses. Okay, and then these little gold foils here are, oh good, Gail, you just got this kit so you can do this. These little gold foils and copper foils are from that same Forever Greenery suite. So I couldn't do everything. I'm on live, right? So I can't craft too well on a live video because I had to go out to my die cutting machine. I had to stamp. I had to layer. This one I also use my scan and cut for. But I wanted to come back and show you a follow-up to that video. So I went ahead, and this is the most exciting product of the whole first video. Was this here, specialty gold foil. I already forget the name of it. Okay, Forever foil gold whatever specialty designer series paper. But this stuff was already cut out for me, and I was so excited about that paper. I'll be memorizing the names. I have a whole year and a month to memorize the names, about a year. The catalog's good from now until about a year from now. So this one's using Pretty Peacock designer series paper that's going to retire as well. And this is like a cardstock type of designer paper that's going to retire with the June 2nd catalog. So this background is using, this one is new background. You can get these gold things. I guess foil is really in. And then look how I did this. I just cut this. I took this card here, and I was like, oh, I'm going to make this into a regular card. So I just trimmed off a little bit on each side, and I made it into a regular card. And then what I'm doing for the ones that are regular cards, like an A2, is I'm using these envelopes from my Seriously the Best Project Kit. Look how that fits right in there. Yippee! Okay, and then you have the ones that came with the other kit. I don't know if, here, cinnamon, I'm just going to grab one that came with, that I showed in the last unboxing. Here's a cinnamon cider. So if you don't trim down the card, you can just use the envelopes that came with it. Pretty slick, yeah? But if you trim down the card, because sometimes you like this kind of, this size card. Now you can use these Memories and More cards, so it does not cost extra postage. It's still a 55-cent stamp, but it's just that like for this, it's just that I cut apart some of my envelopes. I didn't have enough envelopes. See how I cut apart my envelopes? This little piece here is from one of the envelopes, Just Jade, and this is from that designer series paper I showed you. I hope I showed you all these cards. Maybe not. This was my favorite. I always have a favorite. I give everything away, but I always have a favorite, and that was my favorite. These two here are from the Lovely Day Paper Pumpkin Kit. So I know a lot of you are subscribers for Paper Pumpkin, and I just used the Pretty Peacock cards in that Lovely Day kit and put some fancy foil on it, a few little rhinestones, sequins, boom, instant, elegant card. I call these my 5-minute cards. When you need a card for in 5 minutes, you do something like this. And I did use my crafty friend Nola, also a team member. I used her technique. So what she said in the last video, hi Susan, thanks for coming. Nola said in the last video, why don't you sponge color? So that's what I did. Sponge, not sponge color, sponge glue. So what I did to get this glue on the foil is I sponged it on the back. Because I was telling her how, I think I was mentioning how much I hate the fine tip glue pen or how much I hate gluing these kinds of things. So I put this down upside down, and obviously not onto this part, on the back part, and I just glued, and I washed off the glue, but there's still some on there. So this is now forever my glue sponge. Okay, so, and you can't tell, right? I mean, there's not even any glue marks there. But these, I didn't want to use my sticker machine because I was afraid it was going to ooze out the sides. But I did use my sticker machine to make all these here. I made stickers. Well, and my scan and cut. So if you're a scan and cut user, look at how you can make stickers. All right. Cool. Thank you, guys. I see all your comments are coming in. So yippee. And I recognize my friends. So let's do this. I am excited about this suite because you saw my reaction. I was like, these are cool. And then I was like, what are they? So in Good Taste Elements. So instead of opening a new pack, I bought 2 packs because we have a limit, meaning demonstrators have a limit of how many they can get. What paper is on the blue card? I don't know if you're asking about this paper. This was the Lovely Day Paper Pumpkin Kit. And the paper on this card is Just Jade. And the paper on the blue card, if you're talking about this kind of blue card, this is called the Peacock Specialty Designer Series paper. I'm just trying to answer a question. All right, so anyway, I opened these last time, but they actually go with the suite that I'm showing you this time. And I want to keep this one sealed because, I don't even want to say it, but sometimes things are in high demand. And my team members, get, when there's prizes, they might want to get this as a prize. So I just want to keep one sealed in case I give it as a prize. But anyway, so here's what they look like. You have these in Good Taste Elements. And I'm going to show you what you do with these. I have a marker here. So what I do with the elements when I get them, I've never got these elements. These elements are just brand new to me. But you can leave them as they are with wood, but I like to take markers. This is Garden Green, and I like to color them. I like to color them while they're still on this part, because then they're colored and they're ready to go, and when I'm going to use them, I pop them out. Okay, so, and you make it as dark as you want by adding layers. Probably could just sponge color them too, but I like using my Stampin' Right markers. And then you take them, then you pop them out. And if you want, you can even, color the sides, but I don't think you need to. Right? And you have a little element. Here, we'll put that on there. Put it on a piece of white paper. This is Shaded Spruce, by the way. That's a color I used before, but that's just, look at that. And they look good. The elements look good just as wood, too. Okay, and the other ideas I've used elements for in the past is like making little charms. But it's hard to get ribbon through here. So instead of trying to put ribbon through it, use some linen thread or some like wire, and you can just dangle them off of things. So these are going to be great. And I know you guys are excited like me to open this up. I can't wait to open this one up. This pack of paper. But I'm not going to open it yet. I'm going to show you what else is in the suite. All right, so those are the wooden elements called in good taste elements. This is called Tasteful Touches. Let's see what kind of stamp set this is. It is a cling stamp set. A cling stamp set. So that means it's rubber, and then you, real good quality rubber, you pull off the stickers, you put these on. All right, so these are nice. Let's see if the sentiments are, what the sentiments are all about. Just saying hello. I like this. I like this one. Just saying hello. The script. I mean, I like how big it is. You're special. The good things in life are better with you. You are the best. Okay, I like all these. And I would tell you if I didn't. You know me. I kind of can't help myself with my opinion sometimes. But yeah, I like all the sentiments on that one. All right, let's see what this is. Oh, well, let's do the dies, because the dies go with, there were 5 things in this bundle. And so when you buy dies, okay, I got to explain this too, because it's a new catalog time, and this is the one time I get to explain this. You are going to see on my website right now, when you go to paperchef.stampinup.net, it's going to say some last chance items, and sometimes you're going to see something last chance, and you're going to say, wow, cool, and you're going to get it, and then you're going to get the catalog in the mail, which is coming in a day now, to my crafty friends, and you're going to say, wait a minute, she just told me, or she didn't tell me, on the website it said last chance, and then I just bought it, and then it's in the catalog. So what the last chance is about is bundles. That's what the last chance is. So that you save 10% on a bundle. So the bundles are only offered once, meaning this is 10% in this next catalog. But if it carries over to the next catalog, you have to buy this separately from this. And not saying it's going to carry over to the next catalog. Maybe about 1/3 of the things carry over. But the bundles are always gone. You never save 10% again. You only save 10% on the first time something comes out. So that's why you might see something. I can't tell you which things you're going to see, because I'm not allowed to show you the inside of this catalog, right? I can't show you. But there's bundles in here, or they were bundles already in the spring mini catalog or the annual catalog. And then now they're in here again, but they're in here as single items. You got to buy the dies separately. So I like to get everything as a bundle, just because I like to save 10%, and I love stitching. and especially double stitching. This is double stitching. So let's put this up to the camera and look at the double stitching. So when you see double stitching like that, it's going to cut a hole like into the card, into the middle of the card if you want, and then it also cuts the little shape out with the stitching around it. So it's like a double, these are like a double cut. It's pretty cool. I just use it for the shape. I usually don't do unless you're doing a shaker card, then I cut out the hole into the cardstock as well. So some are stitched and some are just nested, and I think these are going to be great for embossing. So we have a new die cutting and embossing system coming out. Yep, these are going to be good for embossing. These look like they have lots and lots of lines. I don't know, 10 lines on them. All right, so we're happy with those, and let's see. These are going to go with anything. These are going to be like something I probably never get rid of, because these are just going to be like one of those essential items. Let's see. Here, it'll fit like that. So that's why these coordinate. I don't even know what that one's going to do. I have to kind of visualize. See, I'm going to go off and play, and then what I'll do is come back, and you'll just start seeing pictures is how I do it. You'll just know what I made because you'll start seeing me take pictures of everything. It takes as long to make stuff as it does to take pictures of what I made. Sometimes even longer to take the picture than it did to make it. I mean, by the time I post the picture, this is really neat. So I got to figure out what that is. I have no idea. I've never seen anything made with this. I don't know if you emboss it. I don't know if you're supposed to, if it's going to cut squiggly lines. I don't know what that's going to do. I could peek in the catalog, I guess, to see it. Okay, so now we're ready. This is exciting for me to open Designer Series paper. So I will talk about my Designer Series paper and my Cardstock Share at the end of this, if there's time, and if you guys tell me that my bandwidth is okay. Sometimes I just can't do lives for very long. If it starts breaking up, I have to just give up and talk about my things on a recorded video. But I hope my live sticks. I hope my live keeps streaming and doesn't. All right, so right away, when I see paper like this, the first thing that came to mind is this. You see that, okay, here's my table, and you've seen my table. See how there's glare on my table? And that's because of my light, no matter what I do. See how, no matter what I do, because it's not coming from my video light. This glare is coming from the overhead light. I can't turn off the overhead light, even though I have a video light. It's just a problem for me all the time trying to take pictures at different angles, and even when I open the window. So this, when I see this, I just think right away taking pictures of craft photos. That's what I think right away. You're going to see these in my craft photos, this kind of paper. That's what in fact, I think I bought it for that reason. I was thinking, oh, background for pictures. But of course I'm going to use it for all other kinds of things, like maybe masculine cards. I have to see what's in here. I don't even know what's in here. I just know that this piece is what I thought of. I thought of taking pictures with there. So use that as a background. All right, so we have, this is a really thick paper pack. Ooh, okay, hold on. Let's look at coordinating colors. Let's do what we're supposed to do in order. When you open designer series paper, you should always get in the habit of doing this too, so that you look out for the colors. I need to put on double glasses for this one. All right, we have basic gray, early espresso, gray granite, light of navy, petal pink, rococo rose, smoky slate, very vanilla, whisper white. All right. And how many sheets? 24. I guess this is a big pack. Yep, 24 sheets. All right, so here we go. We get 2 of these. So we have 2 of these with the wood on one side, hexagons on the other. Okay, I'm liking it so far. Not so much. I don't like this page, but let's see what's on the other side. Okay, I like this side. So I'll just use this side, right? That's what's good about double-sided papers, right? In fact, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I should go at this angle of my camera. I had to do some weird tilting today to get my light. All right. Ugh, I don't like that side. All right, this side. Oh, I like this for photos of cards. And perfect. And backgrounds, of course. I'm not just going to use it for photos, for cards. But now my table doesn't have to worry. I don't have to worry about that glare on my shiny table. Ooh, kind of neat. It looks like someone plastered the wall. Okay, really neat. And I see your comments coming in. I just can't, I guess I can walk and chew gum. I shouldn't say I can't concentrate on comments, but I'm trying to look down at the paper, and I'm also, so the comments scroll by so quickly. But I do see them coming in, and I appreciate them, and I'll view them later. This is neat. It looks like I keep going, oh my gosh, I ripped my paper. Or it looks like a box cutter went through and like ripped my paper. But it's not. That's the way, it's like I guess it's like an old tile looking thing. Okay, I do like this. And I'm not one to like tacky patterns like this, but I do like this one. Vintagey. But I do like this too. So it's good to have options. All right. In Good Taste. I can see why it's called In Good Taste. I mean, it's just kind of like, it looks like I sponge colored it, right? But it's good for like maybe the garage, the geared up garage type of thing. Very masculine. Okay, I like this side better. Rocks. A rock wall. Cool. Oh yeah, old leather. Okay, I can handle old leather. Yeah, it does look like old leather. And you know what? I bet it'll be good embossed too. Make it really embossed. Okay, this is cool. This is a more wood textures. This looks like a snake. I don't know. That makes me dizzy. Whoa. If I knew what it was, maybe, but it's like little bugs crawling or a snake or something. Let's turn that one over. It's making me dizzy. I like this because it's petal pink and I have fun things, feminine things with that. Oh, but I like this better. This is better. I feel like I'm in Home Depot. Does anyone else feel like they're in Home Depot? Looking at things to tile your bathroom with or something. All right. Nice. All right, this is neat. More sort of plaster looking paper. And more backgrounds for photos and cards. I hope I can get more of this. We're only limited to 2, but I'm definitely going to try to get another pack if I haven't already. I even have another birchwood. Cool. That's what that is, birchwood. I even have another pre-order still coming. This isn't even all of my pre-order, believe it or not. I went a little crazy. This is cool. I do like this. This is, you can even see the grout inside the tiles. It actually looks like they tiled something and took photos on one side. It almost looks like photorealistic. Like they took pictures of these things. All right, so now I'm going to keep one of these out. I think we could stamp on this one. I'm going to keep this one out because I'm liking it. It's something good to stamp on when I try to play with that labels die that I have planned for this video. So that would be a nice thing to stamp onto. All right, there's just a lot of paper, guys. This one is a nice weave, and you know, maybe it's like a knit, maybe not a weave. I don't know the difference between knit and the weave, but it looks like something knitted with yarn, kind of. But who knows what that is? I'm going to probably use the wood side. I'm not sure what this is either, but it's just very masculine. This is a lot. This will go with that top one. This is there that night and navy comes in. All right, so not so much on that side. I don't know. This whole paper. Maybe. We'll see. I'm always making mountains out of molehills, so we can see what I do with that piece. All right. Nice. Nice rocks. Okay, so let's leave that down as a nice background. And I think I'm going to do the label one next because I think that's pretty cool and I want to figure it out. All right, so that was in good taste. And the next part I have planned is I was going to open this one and see how this works. I love punches. Absolutely love punches. And it was one of those things where I wasn't going to get the stamp set, but then I thought, oh, well, I saved 10%. And it has a lot of sentiments to choose from. And I do like the scripty sentiments. And I thought they're going to fit on here. So, you know, I just got both. So we'll see. We're going to see it. It is called Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. Sorry for all the crumbling sound. But this is an unboxing after all. I didn't want to cheat and unbox ahead of time. I never save these things. These are instructions. But I'll tell you the instructions. Okay, so the instructions on a punch is you turn it over and you go like this. So you open it like that. And then when you want to, so then you're going to use it. You're going to put the paper in and you're going to use it. And then when you want to close it, okay, like that, close it. Okay, and that's how you store it. They save, I store all mine in a basket because I got sick of storing them where I couldn't see this little part, so now I store them in a basket. And then I also label them back here, like what it's going to be called, so I already forgot the name. See, I already forgot the name, so I'm going to be labeling it Lovely Labels Pick a Punch. Well, that's a long name. Oh, maybe Lovely Labels is this bundle. I don't know. I'm going to be putting that, I'm going to try to put that whole long name in the back there. All right, so I have my handy paper trimmer. And I figured I would just try to figure this punch out. Okay, so we're going to see, it's pick a punch. So let's see what size. I'm thinking that's 1/2 inch, 3/4, and 1 inch. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but let's try it. Let's try 1 inch and then we can just go from there. So let's try 1 inch. Okay, perfect. So 1 inch is perfect. And let's see if the other side is also 1 inch. Sorry for the glare. You can see my pajamas probably when you see that side. All right, so let's see if the other side's also 1 inch. Okay, so both sides are 1 inch. So good for that. So now how long to make them? So we're just gonna do the 1 inch and we'll see how long to make it. In fact, it looks like you need 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch to even get these. Sorry if I'm turning the wrong way. To get these sentiments, it looks like you need 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch. So how long to make them? So I will do something like this. Always consider that your paper is going to get cut off some at the punch at the end. So let's stick my finger there, about there. Leaves me a little room on each side, maybe even there. I'll do something like that. And then I'll kind of round up to the nearest inch. So we're going to just see how long I need it to be. And put my finger there. So that was about 4 inches. Okay, so 1 inch by 4 inches. Okay, we have 1 inch by 4 inch. And then we're going to do our little stamping. So let's see how this is. We will do cherished friend. Nope. How about this one? Love is what makes it. I have so many family things right now. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at this one. Miles apart, but still in my heart. So the Lovely You stamp set is a cling. Yay, you get to see how I mount the cling stamps. And you know what? The miles apart and still my heart is perfect for the times we're in, right? I have a lot of family cards. I mean, I think my whole family got cards. Now they're getting like a second card because we had a paper pumpkin kit that was all about family, and I made like ones for every sister. I even made them for brothers, but I don't think I sent my brother cards yet. But I did send my sister cards. Anyway, sisters. We're gonna. I don't know why I should use a block this big. Maybe I should use a block like this, but I'm gonna pull this one off. So when you have long sentiments, it's good to use a long stamping block for stability. So this is stamping block H. All right, to mount this, I'm gonna make sure I'm in the right angle for the camera. We want this one, miles apart, but still in my heart. Heart. It's this one here. So we take this out. Okay, out of the rubber. Let's see, we peel this off. Okay. So that's what we're doing. We're peeling it off, and then we're going to get the sticker. Miles apart, but still in my heart. Here it is, that sticker there. So you can look through and say, that's the sticker I want, miles apart, but still in my heart. All right, and then we're going to mount this onto here. And then this is what I do. Some people do it differently because I know people do it differently because when I buy used stamp sets from people or like on eBay or something, like I find that they send them to me all kinds of different ways. But a lot of people mount them like this. They put them in here like this. That's not how I do it though. They put them back into this shape. I guess that's to know if it's missing. But I don't do that because that's too much work. I just slap them on the back here of my stamp set. And I know how many I have missing because I just count them. Like if there's, usually I don't even use my whole stamp set. So maybe I take 5 of these out. And maybe there's a few of these sentiments I don't really use them all. So I just have like 5 holes and there's 5 stamps slapped on the back here. And then I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I go, oops, nope, it's still on the, see, these I got to put away. I just stuck that one. This hello comes from another set. These are ones I got to put away. I know which ones I need to put away because there's like holes there missing. Anyway, so that's a little tip for you. But you can just put it back in the rubber as well. Anyway, so now we're going to just stamp with it. So we have it. We showed you how to get the sticker off, and now we're going to show you how to mount it onto the stamping block H, and then how to stamp onto this little guy, and then we'll punch the ends. So the whole thing. Then you're going to get to see the whole thing. So let's use. I can use Pretty Peacock only because it's laying here. I have stamp pads laying here, so I'll just use the color that's laying here. Doesn't matter. Okay. To open a stamp pad, I was asked about. Okay, so Susan asked, this is good. This is a good question. She said, what do you do with the excess rubber? Don't toss it because there's a couple of reasons not to toss it. One, we're all stamp hoarders, right? No, I'm just kidding. That's not a good reason. A good reason is sometimes if you ever go to sell your stamps again, people say they want to see, do you still have the rubber? Right? So that's what they want to know, do you still have it? People want this to put their stamps back into. And also maybe you want to use the scraps of rubber for something like, I don't know, maybe to mount to remount your old wooden, or to turn your old wooden stamps. Maybe you have a bunch of old wooden stamps and you want to turn them into this kind of stamp, a cling stamp. Well, you can turn them into a cling stamp if you save this whole piece here. And use the little pieces of it, if it's small enough, or you could piece it together. Anyway, no, don't get rid of your rubber. Put it back in the case. In fact, it keeps your case from getting crushed too, so don't get rid of it. All right, so I was asked, not just here. Okay, let's see. Norman's asking, can you purchase the stamps without buying the kit? What? Oh, the paper pumpkin kits or this stamp? You don't have to buy, this is a bundle. You don't have to buy the bundle. You can buy just the stamps, if that's what you're asking. This is not part of that suite. I'm done with the suite. I've moved on. I did the In Good Taste suite. And now I've moved on. I don't have this suite. I don't even think this is a suite. I bought something called a bundle. I saved 10% by buying, I don't know if I mentioned. I did mention earlier that you can buy dies and stamp sets together as a bundle. But I also bought this as a bundle. Meaning this and this together as a bundle. That's the reason I bought both. I really just wanted this punch. But then I bought this because I saved 10%. And I was like, but yes, you can buy just the stamp set or just this punch. But I'm telling you, you're going to want the punch. I mean, the punch is going to be like the go-to punch. Sorry for making so much noise. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp and then punch. Because there's no sense punching and then stamping. Okay, we're just going to stamp first. Okay, I don't know if you saw me do that. I was asked, that's what I was telling you. I was asked by one of my customers. She's like, I got my ink and I can't open it. So I better do that a little bit slower. So to open your ink, I guess I just do it intuitively. But there is a little method. There's this little lip here and you have to go like that. Okay, and then, see, you have to get that open. And then you have to flip because people fight with these. And then you have to slide. And if you still have trouble, I never have trouble, but some people have like arthritis or have trouble with such a strong, this is strong. So you can use like wax paper. I've heard people say they use wax paper. What do I mean by that? You rub wax like on these parts and then maybe this will slide better. Okay, so that's just, all right. So now I'm going to do my tap, tap, tap technique. And I'm just, when I stamp, I tap, tap, tap and make sure I get good coverage. And I usually have something to stamp onto. So like the first time I stamp, just to make sure I'm getting a good stamp. So let's use this little piece that came with it. Oh, it looks good. Okay. It looks good. Miles apart, but still my heart. But it looks like the miles got a little bit wonky. See what I mean? The miles looks a little bit, it could be because our whole camera's wonky. All right. No, but it just looks like the miles needs to go up a little. All right. So I pushed it up a little. I prefer, honestly, when we get a stamp like this, that they give us a big chunk. But the reason they don't give you a big chunk is because you want to be able to see through what you want to be able to put this onto a scene or something. And you can see through the acrylic block. I like a big chunk though for stability. Okay, that looks good to me. I'm ready to stamp onto my real thing. So I always like stamp onto a scrap first and then I stamp onto my real thing. So let's stamp on. Okay, we're just going to, see how I did that? I just tap, tap, tapped into the ink and did that. And now I'm going to do my punching. And while we're at it, let's just do these two. Because these were 4 inches, right? So let's just go ahead. I always mass produce. In fact, let me do this with the right angle. Sorry. I have to remember that my camera's at a different angle today. My camera's usually at this angle, but I wanted to get the light behind me. So I put it at that angle, and I have to remember that for my viewers. So here, I'm going to go ahead and stamp this one and this one. Because if you already are stamping, stamp a few of them at once. Okay. That one's a little bit crooked, but I can trim him off later. So, well, that'll give us a chance to use the 3/4 inch one. So now we just need them to be about 4 inches. We were just doing that the first time with the trimmer. But now you can use scissors because it doesn't matter if you have a crooked line here because you're going to be punching off the edges of it anyway. Now for this one, I'm going to trim it down a little. We'll go ahead and that way we'll get to try the 3/4 inch part of our punch anyway. Oh, I'm excited about having punches. You're going to see me use this all the time. I'm going to go 3/4. You can't see that, but what I'm doing is I just made, I stamped crooked. So I'm fixing it by making the paper 3/4 is what I'm doing. See how I did that? So now we know, that was the question I had too. What size are these sentiments? I'm kind of liking it at 3/4 of an inch, but sometimes you want sentiments to have room to breathe. So this is 1 inch high. So I'm thinking 1 inch or 3/4 of an inch. Don't go any tighter than that. That's pretty tight. All right, let's use our punch. We're going to use both sides. I'm excited. I want to see what the ends of these look like. So here we go. Here's what I do. Push it in there, and then I flip it over to make sure it's really in there. So push it in, the guide, but then turn it over. See, it's in there. Make sure, because, you never know. And then if it's wonky or it's not centered, because this could have came out. I like there's little tracks there for it. And then punch, and then squeeze and punch. Oh! How awesome. All right, let's do it again. You could do the other side, but I'm going to just do the same side on both. So you push that in. So push it in. Let me make sure I'm in focus. I'm liking the end of that. Push it in, turn it over to look at it, make sure it didn't get wonky, which it sort of did. And then, in fact, I never just kind of push them on I never use this kind of punch on the table, but you can. I mean, I do when I'm doing bookmarks, but I'm saying for this little kind of punches, I kind of hold them up. But if you're doing bookmarks, I would kind of put it on the table. Sometimes I have to use my foot. Honestly, when my wrist gets tired, I just have to, if I'm making bookmarks, a lot of them, I just have to use my foot. All right, that's great. So I'm thinking to myself, I should have done 2 at once, is what I'm thinking. If I have a punch like this and I'm sitting there, I should have probably done 2 at once. So let's try doing 2 at once. Okay, that was that side. Put that on the black table. And we're going to do this side. And we'll do the other side as well. So we'll do this thick one. And then we'll do this one that's 3/4 of an inch. Right? So cut all your papers. In fact, we can use our scan and cut maybe to cut all our papers and have little pieces ready to stamp. Push them in there. You got them in the guide. Turn it over. It's not wonky. It's all good. Punch two at once. Okay? We'll do that again so you can see it. I like these little guides in our punches. The banner, triple banner punch. Banner triple punch, I think it's called. And we have another punch that has guides like that. The scallop tag topper, I think, and the delightful tag topper. They have little guides to keep your paper from slipping. So I like that. So you could just use the guide and push it in and make sure it's in, but sometimes it's just not in. In other words, just from my experience, it's just not in there all the way. And you turn it over and you're like, okay, see, look at that. I told you I thought it was in there, and I did not just do that on purpose. That is not in there. I thought it was in. I just pushed it, but it wasn't all the way in. I don't know why. There's something stuck in there maybe. I don't know why it's not all the way in there, but now I'm going to try it again. So it's still not in there. You know, maybe because it's not cardstock. Oh boy, it's getting all kinds of eaten up in there. I can see it peeking through. See, it's because it's designer series paper. It's peeking through. All right, I'm glad I checked. Okay, then you can turn it over. Once it's in there, turn it over, and I think I got it. So let's try them. Yes. All right, so let's compare. And then we're done with that product. We're going to compare and see how happy we are with the ends of these. I like them both, and I can see different purposes for different ones. This kind of gives me a more masculine look, I think, that little flattened edge, and this is more of a feminine look. So maybe you would use these to put, you know, on different kinds of cards. And then you could use them for tags. Just do one side and put a little hole in that side. Or maybe like wrap it around something. Okay, I'm just seeing like what I'm thinking is something like this. You know, you wrap it around something and you put the little glue dot there. And you wrap it around. Not this, like a bag of goodies, a bag of candies. Oh, layers. Good, good, good. I'm glad I have my crafty friends with me who can think of things I can't think of. Okay, so great idea. Okay, that was from Sue, I believe. She just said layer these. Oh, that was a great idea. So here you go. So that's the real beauty of having this kind of thing, is making all these cool layers. Of course, just imagine this with cardstock and imagine this with just different things. Okay, so this is a must-have, and I think this may have to be on my team prize list. Because this is going to be like somebody's kicking themselves if they didn't get it. This is a must-have for the new catalog. An essential item you'll probably never get rid of. All right, so there we go. So now we're going to try to figure out this. I'm laughing because I have to figure out something else I've never tried. But let's at least put this away. And next I'm going to try the jar of flowers punch. If I have a good signal, it looks like I'm okay on time. I don't want to go over an hour, but I want to make sure I have a good signal in it. Am I getting choppy, or can you hear me clearly? If you can hear me clearly, I'm going for it. I'm going to try to use this little jar, the jar of punch. All right, we're going to put down the same piece since we've already started stamping on it. I know, actually, I'll use designer series paper. Good, I'm clear. I will use, not designer series paper. I'm going to use just what's called the Whisper White cardstock is what I'm going to use for this one. Just because that way, and I'll use some of these maybe. Some of these. Maybe I'll use one of these. We'll make something. This is Bumblebee. Ooh, that's the one I didn't like. That was too crazy, that pattern. All right, well, we'll see what we're going to stamp it on. First, let's see what it is, and then we're going to see what we do with it. So what I'm showing you next is called the Jar of Flowers bundle, and this ribbon. This has nothing to do, the ribbon has nothing to do with that. It's just something I got. Hi, Sandy. All right, this was just ribbon I got. So let's show you the ribbon, then I'll show you the Jar of Flowers bundle. I don't know where I got this. I don't know what this goes to. Maybe it goes to another suite. I just saw that I was able to get Bumblebee ribbon, so I did. So this is the color Bumblebee, and I was able to get this ribbon on the pre-order. So it's just one of our new ribbons. Gingham ribbon, it's called Gingham Bumblebee ribbon. Okay, so that's pretty cool. We can make little tags with that. Okay, so that's part of my unboxing. And then now we're going to look at Jar of Flowers, photopolymer. Okay, so the advantage of photopolymer is to be able to see through. We definitely want to be able to see through a stamp set like this. Definitely want to be able to see through it. Okay, and this even shows you how to mount them. Maybe I'm not even doing it according to the, oh, neat, neat, neat. Okay, so this is the Jar of Flowers bundle, and you get these really gorgeous flowers. And what am I thinking? I'm cutting them out with the Scan and Cut. Not right now. I can't fit one more thing on my table without having an avalanche. But I will definitely be cutting out these flowers with the Scan and Cut for sure. I mean, how great are these? Little bundles. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 little bundles of flowers. You have a jar, a half jar, a full jar. That would be good for like a saying, like half empty, half full. And then there's your little stems. Okay, so we'll use the full jar because it goes with the punch, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to play with that. Then we'll use the full jar. Oh, and then you could color the back of the jar too. This is like a shaded. So that's neat. Oh, no, you can't. It's just showing you. You can't color the back. Because, oh, yes, you can. These might be reversible. Oh, they're reversible. I had no idea. Okay, what's a reversible stamp? Do you guys remember there's like reversible stamps in the holiday catalog and this current mini catalog? That means that reversible stamps mean you could do one side that's flat and one side that's textured. See that? One side is flat. Oh, yes. How cool is that? So they're reversible, but we'll do the textured. We'll do the one with a little bit of texture in it. All right, so we're going to peel that off. And I have to evict one of my stamps. This is why I lose my stamps, right? I should be putting things away before I play with more toys. Okay, since I want the textured side, that's the textured side, I'm going to put the flat side down onto the stamping block. Okay, those are easier to mount. These are acrylic stamps. Easier to mount. Okay, and then we're going to play with the punch. But first we're going to play with this. So I have some different colored papers, but I think maybe just some. Here, I think I just took this out to play with. I cut out scraps. When I'm making my card bases, sometimes like a little bit gets wonky, and then I save them as scraps. So this is just a scrap we can use, you know, for making. Here, I was stamped on that one. Maybe, let's see. I'm going to see how wide this is. I got to open this up to see how wide it is to know which one I want to make it. So this is called the jar punch. This is some heavy duty, oh, here, you open it from the top. Heavy duty Stampin' Up supplies here. No wonder my box was literally splitting at the seams. Okay, so that's the jar punch. And again, we're going to open it like that. All right, so let's measure. Yeah, let's use this piece because, yeah. Ooh, I opened it up, but it's hard to get it in there. There we go. It's slipping in there. All right, I've cleared it out. So what we'll do is we'll stamp a jar on this one, and then we'll build a little scene on this one. We're going to build a little jar scene. And then we probably need a layer behind it too, because we got to hold sequins in there, or whatever we're going to put inside. So we need some ink. Let's just use black. I like to use Memento Black a lot, you know, for things like this. So Memento Black is like our sort of staple ink. All right, we're going to tap, tap, tap. And of course, use a scrap to make sure. Here's a scrap. Because, no, that's not a scrap. That is a good leaf. Make sure when you do your first stamp that you do it on a scrap. Not onto like your actual paper. Ah, perfect. Look at that. Okay, so this is just the back of my In Good Taste Designer Series paper. So it's a scrap. All right. Now, because I'm not going to waste my real paper if the stamp doesn't work. Okay, so we're going to tap, tap, tap. And we're going to, and I should have made sure that the punch goes that way. And it does. Okay, the punch goes that way, so that's good. Meaning, you want to make sure, here's what I'm talking about. I've done it so many times wrong, so I'll say, like if I would have stamped it the other way and like the punch doesn't reach in, so make sure you're just making the jar upright. They designed it so the jar punch goes like that. So let's punch out the little guy. We have how cool is he? All right, so we have a little jar. We'll put some little stems in them. All right, what can we put for stems? I don't have many. This is really an old one. This is old. This is soft suede. It's not old. We have this. This is a current color, but old in that this is an older style ink pad. Hey, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. I'm not getting the new ones until mine, because I like these old ones. Until like I need, if I need a re-inker anyway, if it gets to the point where I need a re-inker, then I say, hey, it's time to upgrade my ink pad. All right, so we're going to now use the stems. We're going to put some stems in there. I love reversible stamps. I can't wait to play with the reversible stamp. All right. I don't know how this is going to work, but we're just going to line it up ahead of time. Something like that, yeah. So we'll put the little stems. So the flowers, I would overlap flowers so they look like they're hanging over the jar. And if you're saying to yourself, oh, I'm not into jars of flowers, but your friends are, because this is going to be super popular. So even if you're not a floral person, I'm not actually a floral person. You see me making things with flowers all the time. That's because I give everything out. See, that's not very, my ink is not very dark. And because I give everything out, I like to get things that other people like as well. You know, in other words, you craft for others. I'm not even checking if this works because I don't want this to be too dark. Right? I'm not even getting a re-inker for this one. I think I like it. I think I'm going to like it kind of light. I don't want it too dark, because it's going to be in the background anyway. And then I can color it. So, of course, you could color it with your markers. They're just a guide for your coloring. I'm not coloring it now. We're not doing all that. We're just seeing how this little guy works with these little pieces I bought. So let's see what I bought. I bought these. I was allowed to get 2 only. There was a limit. So I got 2. And they are called Mason Jar Shaker Domes. Mason Jar Shaker Domes. I'm going to pull that out. And I'm going to use the other piece of paper. I'm going to take one of these out. I need the other piece that's smaller. Ooh, there's a lot of these. Let's see how many come in here. Comes in a box of 10. Okay, so there's 10 of these. You kind of have to get these if you want to make 3D cards. I mean, you could try it. You could do it yourself. You've probably seen me make shaker cards. Okay, that's the adhesive. I'm just making sure there weren't 2. These are pretty thick, but it's because there's 2. There's adhesive on it. Okay, so we'll pull off the adhesive. There's adhesive on this part, and there's adhesive on the bottom part. So we have to figure this out. We have to get this, not this one. I had a thinner one. All right, we're going to take this piece here. This is just our experiment, of course. But I mean, we can actually maybe even use it. We're going to put that down. Well, put this down. We're going to put it there. So good. I was trying to get a piece where the jar would fit in the center. So we're going to punch a hole. Punch a hole. All right. I'm going to put that through. I'm already loving it. And then you can put that on the back. And I think that's a good size. So whatever size this is. And then we put the shakers inside. And we're going to stamp the flower up on there. So let's see what size this is, because I'm liking this size. It lets the design breathe. That way I can make more of these later. So you're going to see pictures of me soon making these, whatever this was. It was 3. I'm going backwards. I should just do it so you can see my measurements. This paper was my scrap. I was just trying it out. 1, 2, 3 inches. It was 3 1/4. You can go for just 3 exactly. 3 would work. But so 3 inches is a good size to make these jars, to make the width of the jars. And then you can make tags out of them. In other words, 3 inches wide. This was a little bit more than that. All right, can I use this paper? Yes, I can. I mean, it's good paper, so I can actually use it. I just want to make sure that if I'm going to use this sticker, that I can actually use this paper. And I can. So here's how it works. You're going to, well, you would stamp your flowers. Actually, I'm not going to stamp my flowers, because honestly, that's not how I roll. I'm going to put a bunch of flowers on top of this. Is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a bunch of flowers that I cut out with the scan and cut. This is my idea in my head when I see something like this. I'm going to put flowers. I'm going to cut this bunch of flowers out with my scan and cut, and I'm going to let it overlap the jar. Okay, so picture that part later. So I'm not going to stamp onto this piece of paper, but I'm going to use this piece of paper for what I'm about to show you. So I want to show you these jar things If they work like the domes. We had these domes on the holiday catalog, Christmas time. And you have adhesive on that side. And then you put the little jar over it like that. Here, let's lay it down. In fact, shouldn't I trim this? I should trim this before I try to. Okay, so we're going to make it about that, maybe about that tall. We need a little room for the tag. It doesn't have to be a tag. The whole thing can be put on another card later. So let's see, we need it to be, I'm going to say 5.5 inches. That's what I'm thinking, just to have it enough for, in case I make it a tag later. I can always trim it off if I have to. But anyway, then we're going to put this on there. So we're going to put the little jar down. Okay. Now my sequins, the things I'm going to be putting in here to shake, well, I'll probably put candy or anything else in here. You can put a lot of things in there, money, candy, sequins. But the things that I do want to put on here that kind of go with the suite that this is from, the Flowers for Every Season suite, they are not here yet. So I will be getting them too. So then you're going to make another piece the same size. Okay, so picture this the same size. I'm just putting something in the background for now. Okay. So, that would even be nice too. You can even do something bigger, but just make another piece this size. Another piece this whole size. So you're going to put your little jar down. And like in the case of the snow globes, I put the little sequins, the snowflakes in there. You put the snowflakes down, and then you lay this down on top of that. And then you got a 3D jar. Pretty cool. Well, I'm going to color these in. You're going to see a picture of this soon, but then you're going to peel this side off, right? Because this side peels too. I'm not going to peel it yet, but I'm actually going to use this one. This will be my next card. It may even be the thumbnail for this video that we made this. Or no, probably something in good taste. We'll do something in good taste with that background paper so we can see that. And then that's going to go like that, and I'm going to have these flowers hanging over the edge from the scan and cut that I color in. Yay! So I'm happy with the jar punch. And, sequins. And you can use any sequins. I have some from the Birthday Bonanza suite as well. And probably you don't really even need anything behind there. You can just, you could probably just use a plain old jar. Let's just see how that looks. We will take the designer series paper, or these little cards. Or no, we'll just take these little. I'm just going to take this. Just to see how a color will look like behind it. That's all. I think you're going to need the stamp behind it. I'm just guessing. I'm guessing that. No, that looks good too. That looks good behind there too. You can tell it's a jar. You could totally tell it's a jar from the shape. But I'm thinking that you're going to need to stamp. Even if you do use a colored paper, I would have stamped on it first because you sort of need that shape there. This shape. All right. I'm thinking we can make it look like it's full of water. We can make it look like, you could put a little fish in there, maybe a fish. I don't know. We have all kinds of ideas. There's all kinds of ideas. So that's pretty cool. All right, so next, I'm done with that. It's 53 minutes, so I have time to show you about my paper share. Let's make some room. If you get my newsletter, then you'll know about my share. Let me put this down so you can see something to look at. And if you don't get my newsletter, I'll have a link to the newsletter. So please subscribe, and you'll get all the details. So the idea is, right now I'm having what's called an early bird special. I'm reaching down. You can order a paper share. I have two kinds of paper shares. I have a Cardstock Share and a Designer Series paper share. So I printed it all out in my newsletter, and what I want to show you now is the Cardstock Share, because I can't show you the Designer Series paper share because I don't have the Designer Series paper. So for the Cardstock Share, you are going to get, this is what's in my newsletter, and I also print it out for my customers. So it's ready for sign up. And don't worry, you don't have to read all this because I'm going to make a link to my newsletter. But I have a Cardstock Share, and that's $35. And right now I have a special going on. So it's including shipping, but my special going on is an early bird special. So by May 23rd, you can sign up for my paper share, And you're going to get the early bird special. I'm going to show you what that looks like. That means you get 6 extra pieces of cardstock. And I am not talking about regular cardstock. These are going to be rare things. Because the cardstock I'm going to offer in the early bird special is retiring. You're not going to be able to get it anymore. Oh, thank you, Linda, for asking. You have to be in the U.S. to get this. So United States only. And there's paper shares going on all over the place. Will the smaller jar fit inside the larger jar? I don't know. I have to look at that. I have to play with the jar more before I can figure all that stuff out, but I will check with it. All right, so you're getting a piece of shimmery white, whisper white. These are your extra things you're getting. Now, the early bird does not mean that you're getting it early, because I can't send it to you early. I have to go buy the stuff. So I'm not except for the people that help me test it, like my team. My team has been awesome. So I want to give a shout out to Nola because she came up with this idea. She said, why don't you do a cardstock share? And then I want to thank Sally on my team for being the first customer at my store. She tried out things and it was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. My little store setup I did for this. But anyway, you can just do PayPal. It's even easier than using my store. But thank you, Sally, for testing it out. Now, they're going to get theirs because they're going to get my samples. But they're not. The early bird special is to help me order. So the idea is, so that's $35. You get 66 pieces. I didn't mean to make it 6, but 66. That ends up being the total number. These are like $1 each if you buy shimmery white. It's like $10 a pack and you only get 10 in there. You're getting a whole piece of that shimmery white. It's fantastic. I'll show it to you. And then the designer series paper share, you're getting, oops, I printed 2 of the same sheet. Here you go. You're getting all this. You're getting all of these. You're getting, for $40, 120 sheets. But then you're going to get 120, but you're going to get 12 more. You're going to get an early bird special of 12 more, meaning 132. You're going to get 132 for $40, including free shipping. And you have to select free shipping. It's like a coupon, but it's not really a coupon. It's an option. If you don't select it, it's going to charge $4, which is still cheap. I'm trying to keep the cost down. But if you do select free shipping, you'll get free shipping. So if you want to do both, there's $75 for both. And you'll get, what was that, 66 and 132. Dun, 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 doing math. That's 196, right? That's a lot of paper. All right, so I'm going to show you the cardstock share because I already have that stuff. I don't have these things yet because I can't get them. First of all, I can get this one. I can get Ornate Garden. But I can't get half of these until the catalog opens. So the early bird special means if you pay by May 23rd, I can plan ahead. It means I'll know what to order when I can order. It means that I can offer you extras because you're going to help me plan ahead. All right, so Brights collection. I'm showing you the Brights collection. And this is, my team's getting, or the people who tested are getting sheet protectors. The rest of you, I'll show you what you're going to get it in the bags. So this is Poppy Parade, Mango Melon Mambo. These are the things you're getting. I got to put them in order. Poppy Parade, Melon Mambo, Flirty Flamingo, Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight. I just thought it'd be fun to quickly go through these colors. Granny Apple Green. Right? Let's see. I have to look at them myself because sometimes Coastal Cabana, Bermuda Bay, Pacific Point, and Gorgeous Grape. Okay, you see how, look at how fantastic these Brights are and how well they go together. Okay, that's just one of my collections. That's the Brights collection. I've made labels for my collections. This has taken me like months to prepare, even though I don't even have the product yet. It still takes a lot of time to prepare. I've had to order bags and wait for them. Like it took maybe 2 months to get my supplies to make this. I had to order labels and design them, print them. Oops, they don't go back in the same sheet protector. I have 2 sheet protectors for that. Okay, but they're going to come. This is my sample. They're going to come in bags where all 10 fit in a bag. So I'll just show you what they're going to come in. So that was the Brights. It comes in bags like this. So that's what they're getting. They're being shipped in, these kind of bags. So you're going to get 6 bags because there's 10 in each bag. One bag will have 11 in it. Okay, this is the Neutrals collection. The Neutrals collection is Mary Merlot. I have to look. Early Espresso. Soft Suede. You saw me just use this color for the stems. It's kind of like your brown, your basic brown color. Soft Suede Crumb Cake. Sahara sand. And I made the mistake of asking my husband to help me figure out which colors I needed and everything. And he's colorblind. So he was like, this looks exactly like that to me. He's like, what are you talking about? Do you have gray? I go, do I have any gray granite? Do I have any smoky slate? And he was like, that looks exactly the same to me. Poor guy. Anyway, so where was I? I already forgot my colors. This is gray granite. This is gray granite. See, they even look alike to me. Smoky slate, basic gray, mossy meadow, and night of navy. I'm not even going to try to shove them back in the containers because I don't want to take your time up here. We're going to do Regals next. So that was the Neutrals collection. So look at all the cardstock you're getting. And that's why I need a lot of time to plan. And that's why I have an early bird special. Because after the catalog launches, I can't offer these retired colors anymore because I won't be able to get them. I can't get them any more than you can get them. That's why I'm saying you're getting rare colors that I'm able to order. So Real Red. This is Real Red. Cherry Cobbler. Cajun Craze. Pumpkin Pie. I have to just cheat sheet here. Pumpkin Pie. Crushed Curry. Okay. Garden Green. Shaded Spruce. You saw me color with the Garden Green marker. Oh, sorry, that was Old Olive. Sorry. This was Old Olive. This is Garden Green. This is Shaded Spruce, because what I was coloring with earlier was the Garden Green marker. Okay, that's Garden Green. Shaded Spruce, Blackberry Bliss, and Rich Raspberry. I mixed these two up a lot. Blackberry Bliss and Rich Raspberry. So that's called your Regals collection. Okay, so I've already showed you 30, 40, maybe 40 cardstocks. Let's see. We'll see. I think I have 30. Maybe I showed you 40. I don't know. But maybe I might not even get to them all. But I'm going to show you what's on my pile here. So let's see. You get Blushing Bride, Subtles Collection. Calypso Coral. Petal Pink. So Saffron. Soft Seafoam. Pear Pizzazz. Okay, Pear Pizzazz, Mint Macaron. That's hard to say because I want to say macaroon. Let's see. Pool Party, Balmy Blue, and Highland Heather. So these were your subtles. They're your subtle colors. Okay, and now I want to show you the basics and the early bird bonus. Okay, so I'm sorry, I have an in color collection. So there's one more collection, but this is your basics and early bird bonus, and then I'll show you the in color collection last, and then I'm going to end. So where is my in color collection? I probably don't have them yet. Maybe I don't have enough yet or packed yet. Okay, so you're getting the basics. You're going to get. And I give you the good ones. I give you like the thick ones if I can. I mean, I'm trying to give you the thick ones. Maybe we might have to go down to the thin ones. But you get Thick Whisper White, meaning card stock quality, card base quality. You get Thick Whisper White, 5 of those. You get like 3 basic black and 2 very vanilla. I just gave you the proportions I use. I wanted to give you more white than vanilla because that's the proportion I use. And basic black. And then your early bird bonus is your shimmery Whisper White. So in here you have your, let's see, very vanilla, basic black, shimmery Whisper White. I'm going to show you those. You don't need to see the white and the black. But I definitely need to show you the shimmery Whisper White because that's a good early bird bonus. Look at this awesome, awesome shimmery paper. I don't even know if you can see it. I don't think the light is hitting it enough. No, you probably can't. But when you get this in your hands and you see the glitter that's part of the paper, you're there you can see it. Maybe when I put it back next to the regular white, you can see how cool the shimmery Whisper White is. But you're going to get one piece of that. And then the bonus, the early bird special, is not just your piece of extra white, shimmery white. You're going to get the 5 in colors. And these are the retiring ink colors that I can only get up until June 3rd. That's why I need to do the early bird special now, so I can order these as I need to. So these are the 5 retiring colors. So if you like these colors, you maybe don't just want to get them in my sampler. You want to get extras because these are going away for good. Well, at least for now. Lovely Lipstick, Grapefruit Grove, Pineapple Punch, Call Me Clover, and Blueberry Bushel. These are going to come into the cardstock sampler. All right, I hope you are still here. I just have one thing to show you with the ink color collection. I did find it here. Oh, you can order, Norma, you can order from my website. You don't need a printed catalog, but when my customers order, I do send them catalogs in the mail. But you can order from my website right now, paperedchef.stampinup.net, and I'll put a link there. I didn't have time to make a link to my website yet, but this is the other collection. Because remember I told you you're getting 66 pieces. So far I showed you 56 pieces, and then this is it. I'm wrapping things up. These are the things that you're also getting. You're getting, in this In Color collection bundle, you're going to get Cinnamon Cider and Just Jade, Bumblebee, Magenta Madness, and this is the new colors, Misty Moonlight. Now these may run out. So it's kind of like, these might run out. I got to be honest. They're already getting low just for the demonstrators. People went crazy over this cardstock. Every time there's a new color, everybody goes crazy over the stuff. So only demonstrators can order right now. And it's already kind of like in hot supply. So if for some reason I have to send this part later, I don't mind paying the postage to send this later. I'll send this later, these 5. But I can send the rest because these are all our current colors now. I can get my hands on all these. I just need to order more of everything, you know, depending on how many orders I get for this. So, by the way, what I just told you, my website was not where you get this paper share. The paper share, I'll put that site up again. This is just where you get these. These are our other colors. These are going to be around for one more year. Rococo Rose, Terracotta Tile, Pretty Peacock, Seaside Spray, and Purple Posy. And that's it. So I've showed you all 66 colors you'll get for one low price, including shipping. I mean, this is an amazing deal. I'm not charging you for the bags, for the labels, for my labor, my husband's labor, everybody's labor, the post office's labor. You are just going to be, yeah, I can send you an invoice, Gail. I will send you an invoice in PayPal. And I wanted to show you my little store. This is my little store I've set up. And I also take PayPal, but this is the store where I've set up the paper. So I'll zoom in and end with that. But I'm going to put this link in the description. So you can order the paper shares at, you got to use the S for secure. See the S for secure? That was fun setting that up. Let's not digress. But put in HTTPS. That means you get to the secure store, and it's thepaperedchef.com/shop. Okay, so that's it. And I'll put this in the description of the video. So thank you. I hope you want to join one or two of my paper shares. I have the Cardstock Share, and I have a Designer Series paper share. And the early bird means you're not getting it early. You're still not getting it until June. It just means you're signing up early so I can plan and order ahead. You're still getting it in June, except for the team members I mentioned who are getting my samples here. All right, well, thank you. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will now have to post this video. It might take a little while to get up online, but those of you that saw it live got to see this all first. Now I'm going to publish this video and add a description. And be aware that in about 3 days from now, because I have faith, not just in God, but faith that my other package is coming from Stampin' Up on Monday. I'm going to be checking for my last pre-order. In that pre-order, you are going, just to give you another idea what's in there, is all the things I wasn't allowed to get in the first time because we didn't have it. Brass, foil, cardstock, flowers for every season, Designer Series paper. I ordered a couple of those. And I'm going to show you this other bundle that I will have a complete bundle of called The World, something about the world. But I will show you that whole bundle because it's all going to come. So maybe on Tuesday I'll be doing another one of these live unboxings. That'll be part 3 and hopefully final part. Otherwise I'm going to be totally broke. But that's it for now. So thank you for joining in tonight. Thank you for all your comments. I'm sorry I didn't get to address them all, but I will be following up and reading them after this video is over. Bye for now. This is the Papered Chef.